Welcome back, everybody, to the Nook Nation Podcast. I'm host Brett Inman, and today I'm joined by Nick Allred, who has played the second most games of any Chinook this season. As the season winds down, we're going to get to catch up with Nick Allred. We'll get into California baseball in a minute, but what's been the biggest adjustment coming from California to the Midwest?
I think weather obviously is it's a big difference. I'm used to 95 dry sun, so coming here and having it be super humid, always sweating. It's I think that's the biggest difference.
So we'll touch on pre-college baseball in California first. Everybody talks about how competitive it is out there, and tell me how serious the game was for you in high school in the summers leading up to college.
I mean, it was always grounded in me that this is my life. Baseball has always been number one focus outside of family and school and stuff like that. So summers are always facing the best competition. Always players from other states coming to California to play tournaments and, just find the best competition to play against.
What makes that competition so good? Is it the level of play? Is it just the want to be there? What is it?
Yes, everything. The intensity, just being able to train year round without any kind of hiccups. Weather doesn't hold you from doing anything. And everybody just wants to go to California, and that's best weather in the United States. So
you talked about how it was kind of your main focus. So did you always believe that college baseball was in your future?
Yeah, I mean, there was never a doubt that I wasn't going to play college baseball. Obviously, playing other sports leading up kind of took the mind off of baseball a little bit, but there was always a part of me that knew, like, I'm going to play baseball in college. It's just going to happen.
What were those other sports you played, and how did that help you?
I played football for a couple years. I think that really got me into, weights and getting in the weight room, getting in the gym. I played like a fun little season of basketball, just because with, baseball teammates, just more of a bonding thing. But football was mainly the other sport.
You're a guy that can slug pretty high but also steal some bases. What does that say about your play style and kind of how you've been built coming from high school to college?
I think just being versatile and, being able to do multiple things provides the most value to the team. So growing up, being able to be quick, play a bunch of different positions, just be able to do everything to give yourself the best chance to, help the team out.
So playing against all those guys from different states, California competitively, what separated the guys that didn't make it to play college baseball versus the guys that did?
I think work ethic's a big one. A lot of guys when they're younger, they say they lose their love for the game. And it does happen, but I think when you don't work and you don't see results, that's when that love for it kind of fails, because, you're not putting anything into it. So when you're not getting anything out, you're like, well, it's my time, I'm done.
Right.
So I think the more you work, the more you want to succeed, the better those moments feel and kind of push you to do better and get those results.
And then at the end of your high school career, you ultimately choose to go to San Francisco State. Take me through that decision, what the feelings were like once you committed. Yeah,
so I never really put myself out there like with video or anything until my junior year. And junior year started, and I was hitting pretty well in high school. And then I got hurt halfway through and finished my season, and I didn't really know what I was going to do for college, and I wasn't super up to date with how JUCOs worked and how the difference between 2 years and 4 years and what was good and what wasn't. So when I got that offer from SF State, I was like, no, it's my chance. It's this or nothing. And I committed I committed in December of my senior year before the season started. And it felt like a big weight lifted off the shoulders.
Yeah, for sure.
Play free, and that's when you play your best.
Absolutely. A lot of dominant high school players might rule out the possibility of playing Division II baseball. There's a lot of people that say D1 or busts. What would you say to those people, and how did your time at SF State prove to those people that you should keep that possibility in mind?
And college baseball is college baseball.
Yeah.
D1 or not, you're gonna find good competition. Especially, in a bigger state like in California. So you meet so many people who have the same drive, same work ethic as you when you go to a D2 school, because everyone's trying to go D1. So when you're there, you bond with those guys, and you're like, we're gonna work through this, and we're gonna become the best players we can be to be able to get to that next level. And I think that that pushes everybody in the division, D2, D3, NAI, JUCO. That pushes all of us to kind of build that work ethic even more.
Do you think top to bottom, like you mentioned, all those different levels, do you think it's kind of evening out these days? Everybody's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make the argument that there's some teams that just don't have the talent, but I think overall, if you look at a top D3 team, you could put them in a D1 league in the
Right,
league.
for sure. You got a chance to play meaningful baseball as a freshman at San Francisco State. How did that impact you as a player?
It was huge. Being given the opportunity to show what I can do, go out and compete against those guys who were 3-4 years older than me. I think it showed me that, I can't compete with these guys. And, experience is huge. You need that.
What was the biggest learning curve playing against those guys that are older than you, because obviously in high school you're playing against guys that, everybody's kind of the same in that regard, but then you get to college, you're playing against grown men. What was that like for you?
It was interesting, sharing a locker room with those guys and hearing all the stories they have. It's just, it's a thing of wonders. And being able to learn from them is the biggest thing. Learn what has and hasn't worked for them, in their college careers as they have grown as ball players too.
So then you experienced something that not many people do, program getting cut. Tell me what that experience was like. Where were you? What were the feelings like?
It was crazy. We were about 3 weeks into our season, my sophomore year, and we get a call from our coach saying that we're gonna have one of the ADs down at the field to talk to us, and we're like, this is actually happening. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is our last season. So they came down and talked to us, and we were just really confused. We felt like they didn't really answer our questions, but we couldn't let that throw us off track. So we came together and we're like, all right, this is the last season that this team is going to be together. Why not make the most of it? And I think we did pretty well over those 2 years.
Do you think ultimately that decision to cut the program really bonded you guys together a little bit more and maybe boosted you to play better?
I think there was a piece of us that was like, we're going to show them. We're just going to become, a team as much as we can be and just show them hey, we're here. That was the worst decision we could have made.
Right. It may be kind of hard to say, but was that a place that you were planning on staying for 4 years had the program not been cut?
I think that it was a possibility.
Right.
You don't necessarily go into a school saying, all right, I'm looking to transfer out. But I will say if I was given the opportunity to play at a program that I thought was going to push me to be a better ball player, maybe better academically or get me to a better place in life after baseball, then, it was a possibility that I would transfer out.
So at that point, knowing you had 2 years left to play, but that wasn't a possibility, what were the next steps to try to find a new place?
I relied heavily on coaches, summer coaches, my head coach at SF, and, they reached out to a bunch of people for me and really helped me out in that aspect. So through posting on X, and just kind of putting my name out there, I was really looking for any opportunity. Even NAIs, D3s, other D2s, I was open to playing anywhere. I just wanted to play ball.
Looking back, how crazy was that experience as a whole, and what's the current day impact on you?
I don't think words can explain it. It was very hectic. I tried not to focus on it throughout the season. Just tried to play, be the best teammate I could, and then deal with it after season. And then when the summer came, it was all a blur. There were schools I was talking to at one point and then just never heard from them again. Schools that I would talk to, and then maybe something else came along and I wasn't interested, and those conversations were the toughest. And then, late July after the draft, I was talking to St. Mary's a little bit before the draft. And then after that, after one of their guys got drafted, they got me out on a visit, and it was the best choice they could have made.
Tell me why it was the best choice you could have made.
Obviously, playing Division I baseball was always the goal, so that's part of it. But also meeting all those guys, the coaches, they've given me, opportunities over and over again to just prove myself and allow me to compete, and being able to train with guys who've played at that level and above is it's a different experience.
So again, you're a guy that's seen multiple levels of college baseball not only in the springtime, but now in the summer in the Northwoods. What's been the biggest adjustment? First, we'll talk about the adjustment from Division II baseball to Division I. That spring at SF State to the fall at St. Mary's, what was the biggest adjustment?
I think for me it was the conditioning and the training aspect of it. Having 4 or 5 days in the weight room and then going out and doing conditioning 2 to 3 times a week. It was completely different from what I've ever done in college or in high school. And I think that was the biggest change for me.
Yeah. So high school to D2, D2 to D1, and now D1 and in the Northwoods League. What jump was the hardest?
Oh, the Northwoods definitely the hardest.
Really? Why?
This is the most games I've ever played in such a short amount of time. So in summers past, I'm playing 2-3 days a week, and I'm getting the rest of the time to work out, train, do whatever I want. But finding ways to get your workouts in, get your conditioning in, and still playing every day, it's definitely been the biggest challenge.
What were your expectations coming in to the Northwoods League?
I didn't really have any expectations. I knew that we played a lot, but I was more just looking forward to being able to play, being out there and getting the reps, because getting reps, seeing the live pitching, that's always been, the biggest thing for me and getting better at my craft.
So not only do you get the reps, you get to see and meet so many new people. How fun has that been for you?
It's awesome. Being able to experience, different people from all around the world, and even guys from my hometown that, I've maybe never met. It's been super fun getting to know these guys, getting to suit up with them and compete with them and just have fun with them.
So the competition level is obviously one thing, and then the ups and the downs, such a long season. How do you find ways to prioritize your priorities, really, and just find a way to get in a groove in the long season like this?
You just have to find what keeps you grounded. I talk to my parents a lot, and being able to lean on them, being able to lean on coaches, going back, talking to them just about finding ways to relax and de-stress, I think has been the biggest help for me. Obviously, I've had some tough stretches here, but I think that being able to work with these coaches and just being able to talk to people has been, a big thing for me.
Now, in the second half, you guys are playing pretty meaningful ball, and it's a different experience than maybe trying to get into a conference tournament in the spring, So what does this feel like for you guys to play these games and try to get into the postseason?
It's just fun, man. We're going out trying to win every game, and seeing everybody compete and do well. It's been an absolute blast.
Why should somebody that's watching this come to watch the squad in the final few home games?
Playing good baseball. I mean, that's the bottom line. We're playing good baseball, and we're having fun while doing it. Hopefully the fans are having fun watching.
Yeah,
so
for sure. So, of course, I mentioned it a couple of times, but playing in all the different levels of baseball, what does success look like for you 5 years from now?
I think obviously playing professional baseball is everybody's dream, right? But I think more importantly, it's learning how to be a good person, be a good family member, parent, husband, wife, whatever. And being able to do what you love. So for me, that would be, I want to be a park ranger if baseball doesn't work out. So I think getting into that, doing whatever trainings and doing whatever time I need to.
How does baseball and the camaraderie help you become a better person?
Learning how to talk to people is a big thing. You're able to experience kind of how different people are and what they need at support-wise, and you can kind of adjust yourself and how you talk to them to help them on even more.
Yeah. Last thing I'll ask everybody before we get into the trivia segment, what does it mean to you to be a part of Nook Nation?
It's an honor. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect coming up here, but I've had so much fun with the coaches, the players, and being able to show up and show out for these fans day in, day out has been absolutely amazing.
Love it. All right, we'll get into our trivia. We've got easy, medium, and hard. So we'll start off easy. Who is the batting average leader for the Chinooks right now?
Batting average of Sam Myers.
Sam Myers. Do you know what it is?
Like I said, it's 408 now?
It is 408, yeah. Yeah. All right, medium. Name all 6 Great Lakes West teams.
Is that our conference?
Yep, the teams you play the most.
Okay, Madison Mallards.
Yep.
Green Bay Rockers. Fond du Lac. Dog Spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Are we counting us?
Yeah.
Okay. Lakeshore. Oh, man.
You've played one of these teams a lot as of late.
Just Rapids in our league?
Yep, Rapids is.
And Wausau.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. See if you know this last one. How many total Northwoods League teams are there?
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea.
Not a clue.
Okay, so if you got 6 in your subdivision,
Yep.
and there's 4 of those, that gives you a ballpark, but it's not exact math.
Okay, is it like 28?
26.
26.
But it's good thinking. Yeah, 26 total teams, and you got the 6 that you play the most, so that's good.
Take it.
Yeah, Nick, I appreciate you doing this. All the best to you.
Thanks for having me out.